Hi folks, B59 here, and welcome back to my Transport Fever 2 run as Piasa Transport on the Old Man River map. And in this is episode 2. In episode 1, I mistakenly attributed the author of the map to Brick 166, and actually it's Brick 177. So my apologies to Brick 177, but I am thankful that this gives me another opportunity to thank him for this really interesting and wonderful map. So let's get down to it. What are we going to look at today? We're going to do a couple of things. First, we have to fix and add delivery vehicles here in Memphis and Cape Girardeau, and I'll show you why in a second. But then what will we do after that? Well, I want to optimize our other existing lines, and then we're probably looking at only one additional line today, and that is to run stone from here to here by barge, and then bring bricks back to Evansville by barge. So it'll be another cargo barge line, but it'll allow us to build up our economic base before we then turn our attention to some passenger services. So that's the plan, and let's get to it. So the problem here is that I did not set up a delivery trucks in Cape Girardeau, and so at the moment the only buildings that are getting coverage are these on the end from our existing wharf. So what we need to do is we need to get something going there, because the problem is that this is only generating 4, because that's all the supply it's seen in the supply chain. So we gotta optimize the supply chain and stick some delivery vehicles here in Cape Girardeau. And so we first of all need to get a stop, and we'll set that up right about here. And then for the line, we're going to create a new line here. From here to here, we will color it green for food, and we'll just call it delivery Cape Girardeau food. And we should probably go ahead and set this up too, so we're not picking up the wrong stuff. So we'll pick up food and drop off food. And then let's get a couple of vehicles on this line. And we'll get 2 to start, because that's all we can afford. And okay, so that's fixed. We also need it down. Oops, I bet you I got the wrong vehicles again. Yes, indeed. So I've got cargo stops with I wonder if I could just replace them. I don't think that's going to work. Let's just sell them. And then come back here and buy some new ones. All right, that works. We also need to get it set up in Memphis for the tools, but it's not as urgent because it's not cutting down on the need to supply logs, or rather lumber, to the tools factory, because it's just going to take as many as you can send it. See if we make some money here. Let's see what food processing plant is saying now about the need. Yeah, it's up to 7. It's growing, and it should hit ultimately 17 to start. So, you know, not great. This is one of the challenges with making cargo lines work, especially early game, in this kind of setting, because the demand is low, and unless you can ship multiple goods, or you have a really large demand, it's tough to make that work. And it's also going to be one of the reasons we are going to kind of turn our attention after this next one to setting up the passenger lines. So let's take a look at our other lines and see how they're doing. And let's actually go into the line statistics first. We can see we're now making money on almost all of them. It doesn't really take into account all of the maintenance costs for the infrastructure, but nonetheless they're all in the black, and some of them are doing pretty darn well. These grain trucks, log trucks, all doing very well. But let's take a look at our optimization. So let's just start at the top and say lumber trucks. Where are you? You're right here in Cape Girardeau, and you're running at a rate of 154, which is actually a great rate if we can meet that, because as we know here, this barge line currently has a rate of 76. So this is more than enough to meet that rate. And it may be that we'll want to put a second barge on. So for now, we're just going to leave that one where it is. On the deliveries, I'm going to ignore for the moment, and I just want to focus on the big ones. So our grain trucks coming in here, they're doing a rate of 56. Topeka needs 60. So we could actually up that considerably and make more money. We're only transporting 30% of the goods, so we could easily double the number of trucks that we have on this line, and still do fine. So why don't we do that? Let's just go ahead and borrow some money. There we go. And then let's just go to manage vehicles, and let's clone them all. And that should pick that up. Now, you know, what we're seeing here is this delivery line in Topeka is actually has too many trucks. It has a rate of 33, but we're not getting enough food production because we haven't been getting enough grain. I'm tempted just to leave that alone for now and see if that fixes itself when the amount of grain that we're delivering to the food processing facility doubles. So we will leave that one alone. All right, so how about over here in Des Moines? How are we doing? We're transporting 100%, which is great. And it looks like, let's see, are these getting full? Not quite. So we could probably get rid of this truck and this truck. And then let's see what it says our rate is. 198 after that. So we were pretty close to right, but this will get us a little bit more efficiency. All right, so where are other lines? That's right. Over here in Fort Wayne we had one, and on Fort Wayne we're delivering 100%. Are we again seeing trucks? Yeah, we have too many trucks. So we have we have way too many trucks. So let's take off about a third of these trucks. So let's take off 5 vehicles. And see if we can't make that line more efficient. Then in terms of our deliveries into Fort Wayne, how does that look? I think we have to wait for autosave here. Yeah, so we have a rate of 53. Which should be about right. Although it looks like we've got a bit of a wait. So we could probably get rid of 65. We're only getting 70%. Well, let's leave that one alone for now and maybe come back and revisit it in the future. It's close enough. All right, and then our line here with the trucks. You know what? We're generating, I think, close to enough. You know what? I think we could probably. 183. Theoretically, that should be enough, but I think we need a little bit of padding because our boat's going back down empty, or not full anyway. So let's so we've got. So we added 3, we now have 23. Let's add 3 more. And hopefully that'll get us a little closer to what we're looking for. Okay, with that, let's go set up our run over here. And what I was thinking is that we could put a harbor right here in this bend in the river. But God, again, we don't have enough money. Where do we sit on our loans? We have 7 million. Let's borrow another 1 million and get this in. Cargo harbor. Try not to get it to stick out too far, but it gets a lot more expensive the farther in we come. So maybe we'll do this. We're gonna need 3 of these. This is the challenge here, because I want to get one over here so that we can run stuff into one's at least a little cheaper. And then we're going to need one up here. Now let's get some roads in. Yeah, this is always the tricky part here. We make the connection, we did. And that's close enough. We're not going to need a cargo station for. So now we just need to create the line. And it's going to run from... Should we name these first? I think we should. So that's Evansville Quarry. Actually, Evansville Quarries, because we're probably going to, at some point, add the other quarry. And this is the Evansville Wharf. And this one is the Louisville Wharf. Louisville Bricks. That's what we're going to call it. Okay, and then we also need to connect this up over here. This one probably won't make it on its own. Might probably be too far away, but I don't know. Let's see. I don't think that was close enough. Oh man, is that ever expensive? I wonder if we can come the other direction. Whew. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, it reaches so good. We don't have to do that. No need for cargo station there either, at least not yet. And then we need to get our road in here, and then connect that up to. Let's see. How are we gonna do this? There we go. That's it works. It works. And it will get us into Evansville. So we're gonna blow through all our money. Oh gosh, we really are. Let's see here. How do we do this? Oh yeah, we did it just like that. All right. Let's first of all let's get the. How far away are we from our river depot? We may send it to there. Okay. Well, first let's create this line, and we're gonna start up here. Oh, we're not. We're gonna start here. We're gonna go up to here. We're going to come back to Evansville, and then we'll go back again to the quarries. So at the quarries, we shall pick up stone. At the brickworks, we shall unload stone and pick up some bricks. And then at Evansville, we're going to unload those precious bricks. So, yeah, you know, it's gonna be that's a pretty long ride. I don't really want to wait that long. Although it would give the quarry a chance to supply that. What the heck, let's just run it from here. We're low on cash. That's line 2. Uh-oh. Oh. Let's see. Why can't it find the stop? There's no bridges. And this is all navigable. Is that maybe not navigable? Oh, did we break it? Oh my god, we broke that. We need to send that in a little deeper. Well, I'll be darned. Okay. Oof. And we're broke. Oh my god, we're broke. But we don't have to buy another boat, maybe. Let's see. Okay, let's do that. Now let's go. Well, let's go ahead and put the road in again. We're gonna have to make some money first. Let's get the boat headed up that way anyway. Where is our boat? Okay, now it works. And let's name this new line and give it a color. I think we'll give it a brick color. What the heck? And we will call it. We'll call it the we'll just call it Barges again, but Evansville. And line 1 doesn't exist. Okay, so that's back again, and I think we might have made enough money now to get this in, and indeed we did. And speaking of money, let's take a look at our overall how we're doing. So last year, I mean, we've been making a ton of investments, boats and trucks and depots and cargo stations, so it's been a lot of spending. But we have been making some money too. So pretty consistently, we've been making over $300,000 a year now on our road network, and expect that to continue and maybe get a little better. We've done a little bit of optimizing now. The water network is not doing well. And let's take a look at our line down here and see how it's doing. So we're heading in just in time to see this ship come in and deposit the logs. And this one had 66 this time, so that's a little bit better. This line itself has been making 23,320, and it's going to drop off the 66 logs and make us 142,000. That's pretty good. Only picked up 2 bread though. Yeah, it still doesn't have a lot of... it says it's shipping 17 now. But we're not getting it out there. We have too many trucks. These trucks can have a rate of 49. You know what? We're not going to get there for a while, so let's get rid of some of these. Let's get rid of 3 of them anyway. Okay, so this line I think will end up doing okay. We have 52 on there. We're going to be running full now. I think boosting the capacity of this logging route helped create more planks to come down here and make it so that at least one way we can run full. Up here, are we seeing some... yeah, we're seeing some stone showing up here. 32 of them. Yeah, by the time we get there, we'll have a full load. And we can take that up to Louisville and get them turned into bricks. So what we do want to do here too before we leave is we want to create the delivery network for these bricks in Evansville. So let's see if we can afford cargo station. You know, the other reason I thought about this, I don't know if I mentioned it, but we may also end up running fuel from here in Evansville up to Cincinnati, which needs it. The trouble is there's not really anything that we can bring back in this direction of much use. There's steel in Evansville and Cincinnati, or rather Lexington and Cincinnati, and there are uses for it, but you have to get it all the way over to here. And that, I'm not sure how that would go with this much travel, if that would be profitable or not. We could bring it back to here, to Evansville, and then have a separate line that comes up to here to St. Louis. But, and maybe it can combine and do some other things as well, but it's a little bit more complicated. But in any event, let's get this cargo station in here if we can afford it. And indeed we can. We'll wait while we autosave. And then we need a drop off for these lovely, lovely bricks. You know what? If we do them right here. Actually, let's do it right here. Oh no. That'll catch it all. So if we put it there, it'll be a fairly efficient route, because what we'll do is we'll tell it to go from here to here. Color it brick red. Yeah, so it'll turn around and go like that. So that'll be a good route. We're gonna name this one Delivery Evansville Bricks. And we're also going to assign it what to load and unload. We'll load bricks, and here it will unload. And let's, we have to get another depot in. Okay, we'll get a depot in. I think we can afford it. And then to start with, we're just going to get 3 vehicles. I think that will be more than enough to start and put them there. Okay, so I think we got done what we needed to do today. We fixed Cape Girardeau's supply chain issue. We have this first barge essentially turning a profit, and I think it'll improve as Cape Girardeau grows. It's going to need more food, and there will be some opportunities there. And I am thinking about running a passenger line up through here, and that will also help it grow. We're going to come in and we're going to really work on St. Louis, give it a nice tram service next time. And so I think not a bad start now to our Old Man River series. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you next time.